Okay, guys, here is what you should never ever do to fire alarms in public buildings. You don't pull them for fun. You don't screw it or unscrew it, take it off the wall. You don't paint it. You don't do any of that. You leave them alone, and you only pull them if there is a real fire, or if there is a fire drill and they give you permission to pull it, or if they give you permission to test the fire alarm system. Other than that, do not pull it. And never ever unscrew the alarm off the wall. Never ever paint the alarm. Never ever adjust the volume, the pattern, the candela, or tone on the alarm. You don't ever take the alarm off the wall and take it with you. You leave it on the wall where it's at. Don't ever mess with the candela. This is a life safety device, not a toy, so never mess with this. So when you're out in public, you never take the fire alarm off the wall. You don't do any of that. If you want to do it to your own alarm, that is totally fine, but if you're doing it with a public alarm, that is not okay at all. That will get you into big trouble. Never do anything like this. You don't tamper with fire alarm equipment, you don't pull it, you don't vandalize it, you don't do any of that. And only when there's an emergency is when you pull it. What do I mean by don't vandalize the fire alarm? Is don't paint it. You especially don't want to do that. That will make it non-functional. It will still work, but it won't be able to notify people if there's an emergency. So don't do it. Remember, if you paint it, you have to replace it. That's a saying, that is the truth, so don't do that. If you want to do it with your own alarm, that is totally fine, but if you're doing it with an alarm in public, that is not okay at all. Take my words of advice very seriously. Don't even bring your screwdriver out in the public, because if you do, you might be asking for trouble, because you might be tempted to tamper with an alarm. You might be tempted to take the alarm off the wall and take it with you. Don't ever do that. I mean, this is wrong and unnecessary. Tampering with any sort of life safety equipment will result in major consequences. And this includes fire alarms. Never ever take the fire alarm from the building. I mean, you should never ever remove an alarm from the wall. Never. That is not smart. All that is very stupid and dumb. So don't do that. I mean, in all the buildings I went to, I never saw anyone take the alarm from the wall. I mean, people were very smart when it comes to the fire alarms. But unfortunately, I did see someone pull it for fun back in elementary school, which was not good. But I didn't see, like, anyone unscrew the alarm and take it off the wall. I didn't see anyone paint the alarm. I didn't see anyone do physical damage to the alarm, which is good. You don't ever tamper with fire alarms in public buildings. That is against the law. So if you're out in public and you take the alarm off the wall, you are going to get in big trouble if you do that. Never take the alarm off the wall. You should never ever do that. That is wrong and unnecessary, so don't do it. If you take fire alarms off the wall at school, you are going to get suspended from school and expelled. Don't do that. Just leave the alarm the way it is. If you see a fire alarm on the wall, do not ever take it off the wall. Just leave it the way it is. Again, if you want to do it with your own alarm, that is totally fine, but if you're doing it with a public alarm, that is not okay at all. If you see the alarm on the wall, leave the alarm the way it is. Leave it on the wall where it's at. Leave the screws on the alarm. Leave the alarm the way it is. Some fire alarms, it is very hard for people to mess with them, which is good. I mean, some fire alarms, it is hard for people to take them off the wall. It's hard for people to mess with the candela on the strobe, which is good. I mean, in these buildings, when these alarm systems are installed, they do a great job in tightly sealing the alarm to the wall so people don't mess with it, which is good because we need that for safety. Bye.